All my fellas, all my fellas, all my fellas, all my fellas.
Hello and welcome to Lakeside Viking News. It is Friday, September 6th, 2024. I'm Sadia.
And I'm Alex.
And here are your weekly announcements. Lakeside Beta Club is now accepting applications for new members. Members focus on volunteering in the area and donating goods to aid our community. To join, you must be in 10th grade or above, have a GPA of at least 3.7, and have initiative to help our community. To apply, scan one of the flyers around the school or see Ms. Hoyne in room 1406 for a paper application. The deadline to apply is September 19th.
Each year, the Coca-Cola Foundation awards 150 college scholarships worth $20,000 to high school students across the United States through the Coca-Cola Scholars Program. Students need at least a 3.0 GPA and to complete an online application that requires no essays, no recommendations, and no transcripts by September 30th, 2024 at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We hope to see applications from Lakeside this year. To apply online, click here. To learn more about the Coca-Cola Scholars Foundation, click here.
Seniors, the Pro College Fair will be held at Georgia Piedmont Technical College on September 13th. We will be taking a bus of up to 40 students. You will have the opportunity to meet up to 80 college representatives. You must pick up a field trip permission form from Ms. Casey in the counseling office. Return the form as soon as possible to secure a spot on the bus.
AP exam registration is open. Students will be registering for exams through the total registration system again this year. The school-specific link to register is here. Any student who has taken an AP exam before will already have an account in total registration and can simply sign in to complete the registration process. If a student does not remember their password, they can do a password reset through the website. If the password reset is not working, or they don't remember or have access to the email they used to start the account, please have them email Ms. Krieger directly at this email. Students taking an AP exam for the first time will need to create an account. Please ask them to use their legal first and last name and an email address that they check frequently. The total registration process is fairly simple and will lead students through a series of questions where they will provide contact information for themselves and their parents and guardians, select the exams they wish to take, and pay for exams as necessary. Exams are $104 this year, and DeKalb County will pay for one exam per student. The state of Georgia will also pay for an additional exam if it is a STEM exam, or if a student is receiving free or reduced lunch. All additional exams will be charged at full price to the students. Here are some important deadlines. The late fee of $10 kicks in on Monday, October 21st. The late fee of $20 kicks in on Monday, October 28th. And registration ends on October 31st, or Halloween. The last day to cancel and receive a refund is November 8th.
Did you know that there's a trail on Lakeside's campus? The cross-country team is restoring it, and we're inviting you to be a part. This 1.5-mile loop will serve as a practice trail for the team, benefit other school groups, and serve the community. We're raising $16,800 to fund materials and equipment needed to bring the trail back to life. Volunteers will be spreading mulch, laying stones, and creating signs to enhance the trail. Your generous contributions to the Lakeside Cross Country Booster Club will make a lasting impact on our school and community. Join us today.
Are you interested in law, public speaking, or acting? Want to develop critical thinking skills and have fun in a courtroom setting? The Mock Trial Club might be perfect for you. The competition is organized by the State Bar of Georgia, and we have 4 practicing attorneys coaching our student team of attorneys and witnesses to compete in thrilling mock trials against other schools, all striving to get to the national finals. Join us at the interest meeting at 6 p.m. on Monday, September 9th in room 2107 to learn more about our team, how competitions work, and how you can get involved.
All schedules, sign-up forms, and latest information can be found on Lakeside Basketball's website. Cost for participation in Fall League is $99. All participants must have a current athletic physical uploaded to Dragonfly. Fall League games are Saturday at Meadow Creek High School from September 7th through October 12th. Participation in preseason/fall does not guarantee placement on the regular season Lakeside boys basketball team.
Join us on Saturday, September 14th to get moving for mental health. Your participation in this family-friendly event will help remove financial barriers to life-changing mental health treatment for adults and teens. Just $35 to register. The Skyland Trail 5K Run Walk is a chip time event and an official qualifier for the 2025 AJC Peachtree Road Race. Youth and strollers are welcome. The starting line is at the Skyland Trail J. Rex Fuqua campus for adolescents in Chamblee.
Save the date. Saturday, January 25th, 2025 is the annual Viking 5K. All are invited to participate in support of the Lakeside Foundation, which provides scholarships, facility improvement, classroom grants, professional development, and more to enhance the Lakeside community. Please send us your announcements.
You can send them to this email here. Now on to current events with Angelo.
Hello and welcome to Current Events. I'm Angelo, it's September 6th, and let's check out the first story. So for the first story, we gotta go with the election. With the election coming up in November, both presidential candidates are taking strides to pump up their numbers. The Democratic nominee Kamala Harris campaign has announced that it's launching a 50-plus stop, the Reproductive Freedom Bus Tour. The first stop will be next Tuesday with an event near former Donald Trump's Florida home in Palm Beach. Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump is scheduled to appear Friday at the annual gathering of Moms for Liberty, a national nonprofit that has spearheaded efforts to get mentions of LGBTQ+ identity and structural racism at K-12 classrooms. On to our next story. A Ukrainian F-16 plane crashed mysteriously. One of the many Ukrainian F-16 planes donated by Western partners has recently crashed, resulting in the pilot's death. The crash was last Monday, the day that Russia launched a missile barrage which were mostly intercepted. The Defense Ministry has opened an investigation on the crash, but the cause still is undetermined. And now onto a case we should be more than worried about. West Nile virus cases in Georgia tripled. The Atlanta-based U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported an increase in the number of the West Nile virus cases in Georgia. From August 22nd to Tuesday, cases tripled in the state, and most of them are in the metro Atlanta area. In the state of Georgia, the cases went from 2 to 6, with 4 of those cases in metro Atlanta counties. The news comes just days after reported former head of the National Institutes of Health, Dr. Anthony Fauci, had contracted the virus. While the number isn't high, and nationally there are still fewer than 300 cases, 33 states have reported cases of the West Nile virus cases this year. Now for the breaking news story of the day. The Georgia Department of Natural Resources Wildlife Resources Division says one of the wildlife technicians found a surprise. While searching for eastern indigo snakes, they found a 4-foot-long, slithery specimen that had vomited out not 1, not 2, but 3 other snakes, including a live rattlesnake. DNR said the snake had eaten, then regurgitated a second and smaller indigo snake, a young rat snake, and a juvenile eastern diamondback rattlesnake, which was still alive. You'd think he'd be full after 2 snakes, but no, he said, I want more. That's all for current events. Thanks for currently watching.
You know him, but do you know him? This is Coach Bice.
Coach Bice, ID teacher here at Lakeside High School. I coach football, lacrosse, and baseball. See, the day starts I get here about between 7:15. I clean my room, get it ready for my kids. Then I go get them off the bus or out the carpool lane. Let me see, and they eat breakfast, then we start our day. They get a little vocational training in, so if you see me out walking with them, we're usually picking up the blue recycle bins, get ready to recycle, or we're just on a leg stretch walk.
Did you always want to become a teacher?
No, like every athlete, you have those professional dreams, and then when it doesn't work out, you just gotta have a backup plan. And I knew I wanted to be a coach, but then coaching at like at a college level or the NFL is kind of like a high turnover rate. You could be in one job one day and another job the next day. I knew like high school would give me a little bit more stability, and then it comes with being able to work with kids and help mold kids into being successful adults. The challenges come when like you're better than the product that you're putting out. That's kind of when it gets frustrating. Just be prepared for like the ups and downs of it. Like no 2 days are the same, and you might not get the same praise that you get the day before, and you did the same thing the next day.
Coach Bice, he a whole different coach. He a whole different person when he on the field. He mean on the field, nice in person.
Whenever I need Coach Bice, he always come through. So you know what I'm saying, Coach
Yeah,
Bice.
they're real.
He,
They're real.
that's real.
Yo, what's good, y'all? This is Joshua Inman for the Lakeside Video Game Review. I did one of these last year, feels like forever ago now. I'm back doing one of these because apparently people liked it. They said that I was good on camera, which, thank you guys. But yeah, today the game that we're gonna be reviewing is Elden Ring. It's a From Software game. Anybody who knows like anything about gaming has probably heard of From Software. They're the people who made Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and Sekiro. Nobody really cares about Sekiro. I care about Sekiro. Sekiro's a good game. From Software games are known for leaning into sort of like dark fantasy horror aspects. They're known for being extremely challenging and punishing. They're not for everybody. Despite this, they're immensely popular. All of these games are so incredible, and Elden Ring is definitely just another, you know, stepping stone in that long itinerary of accomplishment that From Software has under their belt. The plot is a little too verbose for me to make any sense of it here, but TLDR version, you're trying to bring order to this fantasy world or whatever called the Lands Between, where a major war has happened and discord and anarchy and chaos and yada 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 are more or less commonplace, and you're trying to restore order to the world by assembling what's called the Elden Ring, which is like this massive sort of monolith of order encapsulated more or less, and you have to do that by defeating a bunch of demigods or whatever who are holding a piece of the Elden Ring for themselves because they want to rule. Obviously they want to be in control. The world and the sheer extent of how lived in and how genuine and how authentic everything feels, the sheer creativity, it's insane. This game was made by Hidetaka Miyazaki, who's like the leader over at FromSoft, and George R.R. Martin, who created Game of Thrones. There's a lot of that creativity in there. There's a lot of that, you know, high fantasy epicness in the story. Definitely a lot of inset, and the map is huge. Like, there's so much to see and do. There's so many interwoven stories, so many places to explore. You have to find things, you have to craft things, you have to level up, you have to broaden your horizons before you're ready to take on like the main supreme challenges that the game has laid out for you. Like, it's a game, bro. You're supposed to play it. You're supposed to have fun. You're supposed to go out into the world and do things. It's not a checklist. Move at your own pace sometimes. They don't introduce you to the game with a tutorial. Like, you have to go out of your way to find it. That's definitely a caveat for me, is that the game like doesn't give you enough information about anything. Besides that, it's insanely rewarding when you do win at something though. Like when you've been, you know, essentially slamming your head against the wall trying to figure something out, and you eventually defeat an enemy or you manage to get through a dungeon or whatever. Sometimes you gotta rise and grind. Going into the DLC, which I'm not gonna spoil, but I'll just cover briefly. It's great. I felt way more confident going into it, knowing that I had cleared the main story. And that really is the core motivating factor, I feel like, in Elden Ring, is to leave no stone unturned. I enjoyed my time with Elden Ring. I would recommend it to a lot of people. It's definitely not for everybody. I feel like you'll learn pretty early on if you like it or you hate it. And I think that's kind of beautiful. If I had to give it a rating, I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5 or a 4.5 out of 5 stars. That's about it. I'll catch y'all when I catch y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Bye.
That is all for this week's news.
Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in every week.